Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the robot. Well, not really, but I'm the guy using the robot voice because he can't record right now. To start this tutorial, save your current settings and back up your files. You can do this by clicking on File, Default, and Save Startup File. Click again to apply. Then navigate to the App Data directory by holding the Windows key and pressing the R key to open the Run command box. Type in %appdata and %again, then click OK. If you are a Mac or Linux user, or having difficulty finding this folder, check the link in the description for assistance. Find the Blender Foundation folder and click to open it. And then open your version of Blender. If you have only one version of Blender installed, it will be the only folder here. In this folder, you will find the configuration folder and the script folder, which contains all your current settings and installed add-ons. Highlight both, right-click, and send to a zip folder. You can use any compression app of your choice to compress these folders. Rename and save the zip file in your personal folder. As you can see, I have different versions of my Blender settings saved in my personal folder, with dates in my naming system for easy identification. Now reset Blender, by clicking on File, Default, and Load Factory Settings. Click again to apply. Don't worry about your current settings since you have already backed it up, along with every add-on you have installed in the zip folder you created. Blender is a very powerful 3D application and can help you create all sort of arts. But sometimes, setting up the interface and the many add-ons that powers it up to suit your needs can be time-consuming and frustrating. Which is why I have made this tutorial, to help preserve your workspaces, and quickly switch to different workspaces indestructibly. With this method, you can be as versatile as you like, and easily switch between workspaces to suit you if you are a jack of all trades. So for instance, I'm a modeler, and I spend most of my time on the modeling layer. I would want to set up my interface, so that I will have tools exclusive to the modeling task, and not crowd my scene with unnecessary tabs, or even keyboard functions. I may also want to jump between layer tabs to have access to other tools and windows, but still have the modeling content. After I have all my tabs set to suit my modeling needs, and done some modeling, I may want to do some animation. But, what if I want to switch from modeling to animation with an entirely different set of add-ons, keyboard shortcuts, layers, or even themes, but don't want to lose my modeling setup? It's simple. I just need to save and back up my modeling setup, by clicking on File, Default, and Save Factory Settings. Then in the App Data folder, I will then compress the config and script folders. Rename the new compressed folder to something relating to my setup. In this case, my modeling setup, then date. And move the compressed file to my personal folder. Renaming your settings files by date is very important, as it helps you determine which one is more current. These settings apply to all areas of Blender. From new tabs, to preferences, to key mapping, to installed and enabled add-ons, and themes, new scenes and used data like materials, meshes, physics and simulation data, and even entire project files. You may also make modifications to other setups and save them as new. Now, to use your settings, simply navigate to the Blender App Data folder and delete both the configuration and script folders. Then extract the settings you want to use in the now empty folder. Make sure to back up your current settings if you want to keep it for later use. If you haven't installed any new add-on, you may only replace the configuration folder and leave the script folder. Then just restart Blender, and it will open with the last project and settings you had at the time you saved and compress the startup file. If you start a new project after importing your new settings, all your settings will be brought in, but your theme will not. To resolve this, just close and reopen Blender. If you have images that you have used in your current project, and you want to keep them native in your data at startup, click on File, External Data, Pack All into .blend. You can also add new images by moving them into an empty folder, then create a new object and assign a new material to it, then click on Use Nodes. In the shader editor, add a new image texture. Then click on Open. Navigate to the folder you kept your images in. You can copy the address from the Explorer and paste it into Blender's file browser for quick navigation. Now press A to highlight all the images. Then click Open Image to bring your images into Blender. Now select each file and add a fake user to it. After all your files have been assigned a user, click on File, External Data, Pack All into .blend. This will make your image files native of your current project, which means the images will be available and will still be applied to textures even if the original files are deleted or moved. Then save startup file and make a backup as usual. Note that the data size of your files will be added to your startup file. So refrain from adding large files. Projects that you make in the 2D startup will be saved as well. That will be all, folks. In the next tutorial, we will build a scene like this one from start to finish. So be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications. I will have my audio fixed by then, so the experience will be a little more involving. Thank you. Robot out.